Hello, Rob White here with yet another thrilling episode of Who the F is Rob White with my guest, Mr. Tom DeCillis. We tattooed today on Ash Wednesday. Of all things, we tattooed the devil on his arm. And we talked about a lot of stuff that probably, I don't even know what Chris is going to let us keep in it. I mean, everything from naming animals to Italians and why we love them so much. Interesting episode. Let's see what gets censored and what actually gets through. And join me as I tattoo Mr. Tom DeCillis. We are here and we are tattooing this cool little devil guy from an old comic book that you had. And who was the artist? Do you remember?
I do not remember who the cover artist was on this, but the interior artist was Leonardo DiCaprio's father.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What is going on? Leo's dad did cool art. You know,
Yeah. Cocaine Comics number 10, I believe it is.
Cocaine Comics.
Yes.
Which is that's the wildest name for an actual comic, like Cocaine Comics. It's
a good one.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of comics, and drugs, there was another character that I remember years ago that my cousin had, and it was in a random comic book where that was his magical power was to do cocaine. And what the hell was his name? Like the White Lightning or some shit?
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of late 70s, early 80s comic books that are centered around cocaine.
Yeah, because it was really popular. People enjoyed it, which is crazy because it's a narcotic, you know?
It's kind of enjoyable.
Yeah, but we can't talk about drugs. We can start off talking about drugs, though.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's how we start. Oh, I was always told we weren't allowed to talk about certain things on here. We can't glorify drugs, that's for certain, because drugs are bad. I don't do drugs.
I don't stand by that statement.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You gotta do the good ones, I guess, right?
Everything in moderation.
Yeah. Well, not everything in moderation.
That's right. I'm not exactly a picture of moderation.
You can't really do a moderate amount of heroin. You know what I mean? It's just now I'm cutting back. It doesn't really work that way. You have quite a few tattoos. You actually have, I don't even know if you can show the camera, you're Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, which is just cool that, Charlie's technically not a comic, but Charlie is a comic or comedic actor, right? You know?
Clown. He was a clown.
Yeah.
I like to think of him as a clown.
He was brilliant. I think that it's kind of cool that you're into that style of comedy. You're into traditional,
I do like the silent comedies.
Yeah.
I'm a big Stooges guy, too. I like the Stooges. I know you said you're not really a Stooges guy.
No, but it wasn't like I didn't like him. I just grew up with Abbott and Costello, you know? So that was my dad. My dad was an Abbott and Costello guy, 100%, and we watched every single Abbott and Costello movie. I'm currently reading Lou Costello's biography now, which is just cool. I think, but here's the thing. In doing comedy, we have to keep track of where we came from so that we can kind of appreciate, you appreciate what came before you, that kind of sort of thing.
Absolutely. I just watched a documentary the other day about Dick Gregory.
Oh yeah.
It was really good. It was about the the history of black comedy.
Right.
I didn't realize he was such a huge part of it.
Yeah, no, and I feel like Dick Gregory was a big part of the civil rights movement.
Absolutely,
too.
yes.
He was big during that period of time. I'm actually reading the Lenny Bruce biography, and when they were attacking Lenny Bruce, he was one of the guys that helped to sign the petition to try to get them to New York City to leave him alone. Yeah, because they were just going after him, trying to clean it up. Here's the thing that's really kind of cool that I actually learned today in reading it. So in New York City in 1963, I think it was 1963, Robert Moses and a lot of the city fathers were desperately trying to clean up New York City because the World's Fair.
Okay.
I don't know what the exact year is. I'm kind of wrong on this, but I might be wrong on this. But they were trying to clean up the World's Fair, and that was one of the reasons that they were going after Lenny Bruce, was because they didn't want that kind of stuff performing in the city. And what's kind of cool, where it ties into tattooing, which I thought was interesting, is tattooing was banned in that time period in New York City. And the old-time tattooers would always say, oh, the reason that they were banning us is they were trying to clean up New York City for the World's Fair.
Oh, for the World's Fair. In other words, it was coming, and they were
the World's Fair was coming, and they didn't want to have all these degenerates. They didn't want to have all these, filthy people, the drug dealers and, prostitutes. And Lenny Bruce was just known for being, filthy, dirty. They just didn't want to have that in New York City.
Wasn't that dirty, though?
He wasn't.
I guess comparatively speaking.
Well, you got to understand, at that time period, people were saying some of like the most ridiculous shit. Like, you had like Lucille Ball on TV, and they wouldn't even show her pregnant. They wouldn't even, or was that the first one that they showed pregnant? They wouldn't even say pregnant. They would be like, with child. I'm with child. Like, what does that even mean? It's ridiculous, but that's how they were. Like, come on, they wouldn't even share beds on most of these shows.
The Brady Bunch, they didn't
share beds. And so, like, if Lenny Bruce went up on stage and said fellatio, it was like a gut punch. Like, what? I don't know. I love history and all that for comedy. I think it's kind of cool, and I'm glad that you're into that too, because I feel like sometimes people just don't care for the old stuff. And I'm not saying it's funny, because it doesn't hold water. Some of that stuff doesn't hold water over time, but
some of it ages really badly.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the old style comedy, what's your favorite then?
I mean, going through the generations. I mean, I've seen every Chaplin movie multiple times. For me, the first guy that got me started on comedy was John Valby. So I mean, that's in the 80s.
Valby, Dr. Dirty.
Yeah, I remember in middle school, my buddies giving me John Valby tapes.
Yeah.
And then it was Jackie Martlin's. What was it? 922 WINE. I don't know if those are the first. Joke of the day. Did you ever call that number?
Oh my God, it's so funny. Have you been at McGuire's in the back room? He has written that on the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from back when it was. That was the joke of the day. Yeah, you can call up.
I think you can still call it. I think it's still there.
And it would just be a random. He was a very big street joke guy. Mm-hmm. Which, so you like more of the technical craft of comedy then? Like that more.
Writing a joke type of thing?
Yeah. But you don't do that style.
No.
I mean, everyone has set up punch, but you don't really do, two guys walking a bar.
No. But that's kind of where it evolved from, because, those are the jokes my dad told. So those are the jokes those are the first jokes I heard.
Those jokes are always, always insane to me, because they shouldn't work, but they work. I the other day went and did a nursing home and made the mistake of trying to do material, and they couldn't give a rat's ass. Yeah. They were just like,
those are tough gigs.
What is he talking about?
Yeah.
And then who was it? Mike Keegan went up there and he did a couple of jokey jokes, and they lost their minds. They were, and I'm like, and I was confused, because I'm like looking at it like Mike Keegan's a great comic, and he's up there and he's telling, jokey jokes. I'm like, come on, dude, that's below. Yeah, but they're killing, because the older crowd. And I was like, you know what, smart, because he knew his audience.
Yep.
And me, not so much. And
those are tough gigs, man. Nursing homes.
Nursing home is such a. Here's the thing. It's an easy gig or it's an impossible gig. And I'll say it like this, because it sounds crazy, but I would rather do the dementia ward. No, and I mean that from a nice standpoint, because here's the thing. And I've done it. I've done the dementia, right?
No, you
dementia unit. Because I went up there and I was going to do a joke that I had that was about dementia, and I was like, oh my God, do you think I shouldn't do this? And they're like, absolutely do this. And I did it. And what it is like this. They're in there and they know they want to laugh. They want to have a good time. They want to feel like everybody else, because, they don't, but even though with the dementia, they don't know. So when you go up there and you say some shit, if you can make one person laugh, the whole room will laugh.
Right.
It was, oh, Gracie's laughing. Why is she? I don't know why she's laughing. Oh, Sam's laughing. Oh, Ethel's laughing. They're all laughing. They don't know why they're laughing, but they're laughing because laughter is contagious.
And it feels good.
And they're happy, and I'm happy, and everyone's friggin' happy, but nobody has any idea what's going on. And I say that in the most loving way because I'm like, oh, cool. At least they're having a good time here. But in a group of people that, like, I went and did the other day, a show, and they didn't have dementia. They were just in their 80s, and they didn't understand any reference that I had. Like, none of the references that I had, they couldn't understand because they don't do anything. They're there all the time. You know, I made reference to, like, News 12. They got that. But that was about it.
I bet more than one of them had seen a woolly mammoth.
Well, they probably would have understood that. I have a woolly mammoth bit, but you know what? They probably would have been like, this guy's talking too damn quickly. Somebody help him. All right. Whatever. What made you get into comedy? And how long you're into it right now? Let's go down that route.
I'm into it a little over 3 years. And somebody, actually, I was in a tattoo chair, and my tattoo artist, Kelly, asked me, she's like, have you ever thought about doing stand-up?
You really started in a tattoo shop?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's wild,
And
okay.
and I said, you know what, Kelly, before the end of the year, I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to do it. And it took me till December, but December 2023, I got on stage and did it. And
that's so wild.
That's
where it literally started, from the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
That's, I did the same kind of origin to it. I was literally in the shop working as a kid and just being that guy that does all the jokes and making all the, you know, and the one guy I was working with was just kind of getting annoyed. He's trying to pull straight lines, you know? And he's like, well, you just go do this in a real comedy club instead of doing it here? And I was like, all right.
It's a little unsettling because I know you're trying to pull lines over there and you're still trying to maintain a conversation.
No, I haven't pulled a straight line in years. Why? Just add some texture. That's what we're doing. We just call it detail. No, I'm going to say, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think other tattoo artists will definitely understand that this is one of those designs that's mostly line work, and it's all like it's not like perfect circles and perfect straight lines, you know? So this is like the ultimate best tattoo you could ever do when someone's laughing.
I tried to pick an easy one.
No, it's like, it's technical as shit, but it's not, like, if you had me pulling like straight lines, like all the rigging on this ship over here,
forget it.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy, but little crack lines in the devil's forehead, like,
you can't miss that one.
No, this is perfectly what we need, you know?
Yeah, I'd never been on stage before until that first time I went on stage to do comedy.
And where was the first time?
I was at Governor's.
Did you take the class?
I did. I took the Rich Walker class.
Rich Walker, okay, sure,
And
sure.
that was it.
Is that Rich and Peter Bales, or is that just... Okay, yeah.
Rich and Peter, yep. And I had no idea how to start. I didn't know about open mics. I didn't know anything. First thing I saw was the advertisement for that class. So I'm like, all right, I'll take the class and see what happens.
So, yeah, I did the same thing. I just took the class with John Truson over there, and yeah, that was it. That was it. The first time on stage was at that class. Now, how did you feel the night of? Were you excited, or were you wanting to throw up?
No, I was excited. I was excited. I was... what did you do the first night? 3 minutes or something like that?
It's
4 minutes, something.
No. It's 5. I think it was a 5. Or it might have even been was it a sitcom 7?
No, I think I got 3 minutes or 4 minutes, something like that. And I remember I was comfortable with the 4 minutes I had. So I wasn't nervous going on stage. I do get nervous before I go on stage, though.
Everybody does. Anybody that tells you, like, oh, I'm fine, I don't give a shit, I'm like, you're a liar. You're an absolute liar. I wanted to vomit and, like, run away. Governor's has this little emergency exit in the back there. It says, like, if you open the door, the alarm will sound. And that was the only reason I didn't open the door. Because it said the alarm would sound. I've learned years later now, because, like, everyone back there just leaves to smoke. So,
right.
Like, that doesn't even... I could have left. I could have left all
No,
these
I'm
years
here
ago.
doing this shit.
But it's the dream. And so after doing it now, you're addicted.
Yeah, it's
You're hooked into this shit.
Yeah, it is. It's addictive.
It is the most awesome, ridiculous thing that you can ever actually do.
When you get a room laughing, it's such a buzz, man. It's such a buzz.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to have 4,000 people laughing at you.
No, imagine.
I get 40 people laughing and I'm excited.
No, it's got to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's got to be crazy. I mean, I've gotten to.
The biggest room you ever played?
I'm trying to think. I probably at least like 300.
Okay.
I don't think I've gone past like 300, but that's still like.
It's a lot of people.
Insane,
it's a lot of people. Yeah.
It's insane, and you know what's crazy is like a place like a theater I've done a couple of times where it's like it's further back, and you have to kind of almost add an extra like half a second to your bits. It's like, oh, this is this bit takes this amount of time, but yeah, wait an extra like beat or so, and because the laughter kind of takes a little longer to get
to roll through the room.
Yeah,
all right.
It's weird. But you've done like the governor's main room with like a decent amount.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think maybe 100 people, 120 people. Actually, I've sold out. I've been to sold out shows at McGuire's. So how many does that hold?
McGuire's holds like 150, 180.
So I've done that room full before, and yeah, there's nothing. You get a whole group of people that are there to see comedy. It's usually not a better audience.
It's one of the best feelings ever. I love it.
I definitely feel like it's
its own high.
It is. It's a high.
I feel like it doesn't get any like, I don't know. It's a different kind of a high. I try to explain it to people, and sometimes people look at me like I'm crazy.
You can't explain it.
Yeah, is it better than drugs? I'm like, it is drugs. It's drugs. It's what drugs would do. Or what they do without all the nasty side effects.
The nasty chemical side effects. All right, so let me ask you something. You're an artist, obviously. When you create something for somebody and you punch out a really good tattoo.
Right.
You get that same buzz?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Like, no. Maybe at some point in time. You know what it is? You do get a rush out of it. You do get a buzz. I'm not going to say that that's not there. It's that feeling, but it's more of like a feeling of like satisfaction.
Right.
You're like, oh, I feel satisfied. I feel like, wow, good job. Let me go have a cigarette or eat a candy or something. When you do. But it's not like that. When you're on stage and you say, I think this and that, and there you go, and then all of a sudden the applause or the laughter, it's like instantaneous. You don't get, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hear you.
Like, yeah, when you're done with the tattoo, you look at it, you're like, oh man, great job, whatever. Oh, cool, but it's not like 80 people just applauding because you said words.
Right.
It's just so insane. I can't figure it out. I guess that's what it is. And I think that's why there's such a problem with people in comedy having addiction issues and things. Touched upon this before, but it's always because, when it's done and all your buddies are like, all right, hey, that was a great show, have a good night, I'm gonna go home now.
No, it's almost impossible.
Like, who's going home?
Yeah.
What are we going home for?
Yeah.
No, like, and you don't really, do you drink or anything like that?
I drink very little, but I smoke pot. I'm a pot.
But even like it's there's so many different things that like, okay, after you're done with the show and it kills, like, do you want to like go eat food or something?
I want to do something other than go home.
Like, because it's one of those things where people just like always put addictions down to like one thing, like, oh, it's all just this. I'm like, no, like when you're done, I know guys that when they're done, they just want to go out and they want to eat, or they want to go out and smoke a bowl, or they want to go out and and I think that's the problem with.
And the better your show is, the harder it is to come down from that.
Yeah. But then again, too, if you bomb on that stage, enjoy that silent car ride.
I'm gonna go sit in the back seat of my car for a while.
Diner would be like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." I'm like, "It was bad. It was bad." No, you didn't bomb. I sucked. And some things are better than others. We were talking about this on one of the other podcasts. And some things like, okay, so one of the best feelings as a white comic is black praise.
Okay.
I was always saying, like, you look out into the audience and you got like one black guy and he's losing his fucking mind, laughing his ass off. All the white people just disappear. It's just literally for him. And I'm just like, yo, what do you think about that? Ah, he loves me. He loves me. Black praise feels better. Like, it's worth more.
Is that your insecurities, though?
I don't know what it is. I just think it's like, you know what it is? When I was growing up, most of like pop culture, like black people were the trendsetters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ever since I was a kid, like they were the trendsetters in every single thing. You know, guys like Mr. T and Bill Cosby and Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan and like, you know, maybe not Cosby so much because he's setting a weird trend. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
He set a few trends.
they were all like the most, like they were the cool guys. You know, so if they told you something was cool, shit was
cool.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
You knew it was cool. So like when I do a comedy now and like afterwards people will come by like, oh, great set. I'm like, whatever. White lady, white dude, nah, old man, nah. Good, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm collecting all the likes as they're leaving. Like I'm collecting them like Sonic collects rings. I'm like, oh, likes, I'll take those. But then one black guy comes up to me and was like, shit was awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. That's worth like 5 likes. You know what I mean?
Really? So one black like is equal to 5 white likes?
I can get one black guy in the audience who fucking loves me and like 10 white people that hate me, and I still kill
You're
him.
still good.
Yeah.
All right.
And I forget where I was going with this whole thing. But the worst thing that could happen is when black people don't like you. And that's when it falls apart. Like, I did a show. This guy thought it would be a good idea because he saw me at an open mic, and he's like, yo, you're really funny. I do this show. I want you on it. Sick. Let's do it. It's a black show. And I'm like, fucking awesome. Like, you're black. You like me. This is going to be great. It's
Everybody's
gonna
going to like me.
It's like a lot of people. It's like 300 people. I'm like, it's going to be 300 people like you. They're going to all love me. I'm going to collect all the likes. I'm going to leave. It's going to be sick. I went there and did it, and they didn't like me at all. They were like, what the fuck is going on tonight? Every comic here is black. Every member of this audience is black, except for this one white dude in a suit. And they didn't like boo me off the stage because I think they were confused.
Okay.
And so, but what I was saying is like it works opposite. So that night, driving home, like inconsolable.
Did you do the woolly mammoth bit that night?
No, I didn't do the woolly mammoth bit that night. What's your favorite good time story and then bad time story for doing comedy? Like, what was one good, fun time on stage, and what was one like just eating your ass?
The first time I ever hosted a show for Butera, I got up on stage and sharted before the first
What the
comedian.
fuck, dude? Dude, I wasn't expecting you to
You actually, that's a bad story.
pooed your pants.
It's just a little one, but
wait,
yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're on stage.
Yeah.
You're hosting the show.
Yeah.
And you're on stage while you fucking.
I was on stage and I farted when I was on stage.
Was it audible?
No. Come on, dude. I'm
Well,
a
that would have been
professional.
even better, dude. I would have been like proud of you. I'd be like, this guy.
No.
has the
And
confidence of a G, man.
and it was the first time I ever hosted a show. I had never hosted a show before. So I come down off stage, and as I'm walking back through the room, I'm like, that's solid. And it was uncomfortable. It
Yeah.
was uncomfortable for most of the show.
That's what it.
Yeah.
Wait. Well, hold on. Hold on. So you crapped your drawers a little bit, sort of,
Yeah.
kind of, and then you didn't go immediately to the.
I did.
comics? Oh, okay.
There was no
toilet.
toilet paper in the men's room.
No. Dude.
Yeah, and I had to be back in 6 minutes for the first comic. So yeah, so that's a bad story.
That's the bad story. Oh, I thought that was the good story. that was the good time.
No, that was not a good time. That was not a good time at all.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's funny. That's what it's all about. All right. So yeah, I never crapped my underoos on. No, you're good. I'm just.
See that? You got something to look forward to now.
I mean, I've done it before in life.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a man, but I definitely. If you haven't crapped your drawers as a man, stop lying to yourself. You know what I mean? You're not that cool. I've done some stuff.
It really didn't become an issue for me until I was in my 40s. And then then it became a concern.
Wait, was it happening in your teens?
No,
Like,
no,
you
no.
Didn't care back then? Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's a bad story.
That's a pretty funny bad story though.
Yeah.
So wow. So that's
And then I don't know, good stories. I don't know, they're all good stories, man. I have a good time when I'm on stage.
so yeah, but like what's your most memorable like fun time?
Well, working with Bob Nelson was really cool.
Oh yeah.
I got to do a
okay,
shot
cool.
with Bob Nelson. I was a big Bob Nelson fan. I don't know, did you ever see the movie Brain Donors?
No.
I've seen that movie so many fucking times, and it's a great Bob Nelson movie. John Turturro's in it. Mel Smith, English comedian, is in it. It's a phenomenal. It's written by the Zucker brothers that wrote Airplane,
Okay, sure.
and Jim Abrams did some of the writing for it too. I think he just died recently, actually. But working with Bob Nelson was cool. That was a lot of fun.
I remember Bob Nelson years ago. Used to work with my friend Rob Chiaffi, who passed away, and Rob befriended him, and they did all kinds of cool stuff together, you know. But he'd never let me come around, you know. He'd always be like, I'm opening up for Bob tonight. And I'm like, oh, can I go? Well, you can't come around. Why? Oh, Bob's he's an evangelical born again Christian, and you're kind of you say some things. And I'm like, I'm not gonna see Bob and say anything fucked up, you know.
So you're not a practicing Catholic?
No, I'm a recovering Catholic. No, Bob's a Christian. Bob's like, Catholics and Christians are...
I don't know the difference between the
Oh, yeah, no. Like, okay, Catholics and Christians, yeah, I don't... They're both... Well, a Catholic is a Christian, but a Christian is not a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like bourbon is whiskey,
Yeah.
Scotch is whiskey, but they're both two different things.
Right.
So like the Catholics believe in a lot of stuff, like they have like the Pope and they have saints and all that kind of stuff, and born again Christians believe in like the actual word of the Bible, like they read the Bible themselves. They don't believe in the Pope, and that's all kinds of crazy stuff that I can't even fully explain sometimes. You know?
All I know about Christians is I had a Christian tell me I was going to hell one time.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, Catholics kind of have this weird sort of logic. And, I mean, they all do. They all have weird sort of logic, but, like, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to properly explain any of this.
The sect.
Yeah, it's
So how many people did you say, hey, you got shit on your head to today?
right.
No?
Well, today's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, I know, and I always forget. And I'm always like, hey, oh, wait, no, it's Ash. All right. So I always
It's,
forget.
the one of the high holy days. Like, the Catholics have a lot more. See, the Christians basically believe in, like, the Bible. They read the Bible, the New Testament, and that's what they believe.
Okay.
And so they don't do a lot of the stuff that the Catholic Church does. The Catholic Church also believes in the New Testament and Christianity, in the Bible. And so, but they also have, like, saints. And Christians think that that's wrong, that you're praying to, like, some half-god kind of thing. Or,
Right.
And then they don't have, like,
False idol.
Ash Wednesday and stained glass and all this kind of sort of stuff. Like, I don't know. Yeah, they don't like the Pope.
All right, so then maybe I'm Christian because I don't believe in the Pope either.
The Pope's so cool, though.
No.
Man, the Pope.
I think the Pope is ridiculous.
Yeah, but look at how many hats he has.
He
right?
does have some cool
He's got
hats.
some sick hats.
He does.
Here's the thing, like, the Pope hat is the wildest crap on earth. You know what I mean? Like, think about that
They
hat.
all have hats, though.
Yeah, but
like
that
there's a
hat-
hierarchy of hats.
That hierarchy of hats is how we keep the order in this world, okay? Without the hierarchy...
That's what
of
it
hats-
is?
Yeah. That's how the whole thing goes. If we didn't have a series of hats, we wouldn't know what's going on. The whole world's based on hats. Right?
Really?
Pretty much. Until America came along, we always were big hat people, right? Kings had crowns, and crowns were just heavy hats.
Right, and then they had
Right.
top hats and bowlers.
Right, and
Italians brought fedoras.
and the judges all had weird powdered wigs, like to make sure that they're like, so that you knew who people were, but based upon their hat, the haberdashery, Now,
What does this hat say?
I don't know, this hat just says we're cool. Although I had somebody tell me they saw me wearing one of these scally caps, and they said like that hat basically tells everybody that you have been to all the local breweries.
Yeah. It's funny because nobody knows I'm getting a tattoo tonight.
What do they think you're doing?
My wife doesn't know. My kids don't know.
Where do they think you are, though?
They said they thought I was coming here for a podcast, to be on a podcast.
Oh, but you are.
Yeah.
Oh. So how's that going to work? Are they going to get mad?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell him anything?
I don't know. I thought it was more interesting. I like keep him on our toes.
In the morning and just be like, surprise.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. What was your first tattoo?
It was on my right thigh. It's covered up now, actually. That was my first one. And then
was it a girl's name or something?
No. It was a nice tattoo. It was just it didn't go with what I did on my right leg, so we covered it up.
What was it?
It was like a half sun, half moon type of thing. Got it when I was 18.
Yeah, those are the fun ones.
Yeah, but it's now it's covered up. And then the one on my left shoulder was my second tattoo. And then I got my kids' footprints. And then after that, it was all downhill.
Oh, the old hoof prints.
I should always say to people, I'm like, what do you guys want? Oh, they show me, like, oh, you want the hoof prints? And then they're like, it's really just. People get mad. People get seriously upset.
People like the
when
kids.
you call their
though.
kids hoof
Yeah.
prints. Like, well, it's not my fault. You got a bunch of filthy goddamn animal children. I don't know what you're doing.
You like dogs.
I do like
What
dogs.
kind of dog you have?
I got a 17-year-old black lab, and I have a little pit mix.
A pit mix.
Yeah.
Now, is it true that pit bulls eat like a toddler a day, or is that just
No.
Is it more than that?
My pit bull, my pit does steroids, so
You really
he's
do?
jacked.
You have a jacked?
I do.
pit
I have
bull?
one of those jacked pit bulls.
What are you doing?
I don't do anything to him. He just came like that, and he looks like he skipped leg day. Like his back legs are really skinny. He looks like Spike from the Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah.
He looks like that 100%. Except, and his tongue hangs out.
Oh yeah, I saw a picture. Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, I messaged one day because I thought that was fake.
Fake, yeah, no, it's not
Yeah,
fake.
it is.
It's
It's
real.
adorable. I remember I showed Diana too. I was like, look at this.
That's Piggy.
Look at this crazy thing. Look at his tongue hanging out. That's insane.
Yeah, he makes a mess when he eats.
Yeah.
It sticks to the floor sometimes.
The tongue?
Yeah, you fall asleep and it'll stick to the floor.
What are you gonna do? Is it like you gotta put like hot water on it or something?
No, no.
You
No,
can't
he,
just pull it off. You'll pull off the dog's damn
no,
tongue.
he does. He gets up and he gets up slow. He kind of peels it off the floor.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's awesome when you're wearing shorts and it, like he'll slap it on your leg.
What? Hey, you're wearing shorts and the dog just slaps it on your leg and you're like, ah. My grandfather used to do that. Yeah, it was weird summers. Oh, shit.
No, he'll come and fall asleep and his tongue will fall out of his mouth and he'll just lay on you. He's good.
This is interesting. I'm intrigued by the dog slapping its tongue on your leg.
I've had a couple of dogs that have when you get dogs with no teeth, their tongue tends to fall out of their mouth. The
Oh,
teeth
no.
holds them in. So I rescue old dogs. So
Aw.
I've had a lot of dogs with
That's
their
very
tongues
sweet.
hanging out of their mouths.
I do have a soft spot for like handicapped animals. Like I don't.
You should come to my house.
I don't want them to be handicapped. I'm not going to handicap them myself, you know. But like I will definitely, like we have 2 cats and both of them are missing an eye.
I had a dog missing eyes. Deaf dogs. I've had toothless. I've had a lot of toothless dogs.
So what's your method? You just go into the pound, or is it you on a list
Yeah,
or something?
now I am. Every time I go on my vet, they're like, "Have we got a dog for you?"
Oh no!
But
so they're just hooking you up with
whatever the most bizarre, ridiculous dog they find, they call me and my wife, and we get them all.
Oh, so you don't have them for a long time.
No, usually a couple of years. I drove to Tennessee to get a dog one time.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so damn far.
Yeah, we've had a lot of old dogs. We had one dog we only had for 3 months. And then we had one dog that was 16, and we didn't think he was going to make it 2 weeks, and he made it another 3 years.
Now, how do you afford that though? Because aren't you like you're picking up a dog that's literally got issues? Like,
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you get like a crazy medical bills too. Like,
Well, our vet is really understanding. Like, she knows what we do, so she
Right,
hooks
right.
us up from time. And it is, but it's
where's that out of?
what?
No, you're where you get the pets.
Oh, it's Smithtown Animal Hospital.
Yeah, I was just gonna give a little shout out to the
Dr. Bergendorf doing a great job, Dr. B.
give a little shout out to the people there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but yeah, we got all kinds of.
I had
Old dogs.
a blind dog and a seeing eye dog for the blind dog.
Really?
Yeah, I did a comedy show for this group called Save a Pet.
Okay.
Out of Port Jeff, and I saw they had posters up in the fundraiser that we put together for him, and there was all these pictures of this blind dog and its seeing eye dog, and I made jokes up on stage, the seeing eye dog, and they were like, that was really funny, but you wouldn't think it was funny if you met them, and I was like, well, whatever, maybe I'll go meet them, and they're like, maybe you should, and then I went down and I saw, and I was like, okay, we're bringing these home, we're bringing these home, and it was, the dog's name was Muffy, and that was the seeing eye dog, and then the blind dog was Jingles.
Did you change their names?
No, everyone says to change their names, right? And even to this day, like I'll get like adopted pets, and then like my wife will be like, let's change the dog's name, and I won't change I won't. When you adopt a dog and it's got a name, you got to keep that name. That's my feeling. You know why? Because when I was a kid, I watched the movie Roots. Remember Roots? Yeah, this is why. Because in the Roots, the guy's name is Kunta Kinte, right? And then they're like, no, your name is Toby. And he's like, it's Kunta Kinte. And it's horrible. And I go, never will you ever I'm not going to change people's names. Because that's what white people do. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. White people.
Sorry.
White people be changing names. You gotta fix your microphone. I think you're gonna fall apart now.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, you can't change the damn animal's name. What the fuck are you to change it?
I guess you're right.
I gotta stay. Do you understand how serious this is?
You make a compelling point.
Well, I got a cat, and his name is Morgan, right? And that's because we adopted him. His name is Morgan. He's got one eye, so I'm assuming he's a pirate, you know?
Okay.
You know? But then...
The Dread Pirate Morgan.
Captain Morgan, remember? Okay. You know? And then, get a microphone.
There we go.
But then we moved into my house. I took this over from my mom. It was my mom's house, my childhood home.
Okay.
And my mom was feeding a cat that was in the backyard that had been born underneath our little barn back there. And she'd been calling the cat Baby Kitty. So I ain't gonna change nothing because the Baby Kitty is the damn thing's name. You know? So now I literally go home and I'm like, Morgan, Baby Kitty. Where's Baby Kitty at?
You should name one Toby and one Kunta Kinte.
You cannot do that. That's the NAACP will be up my ass and to the left. And then I have a dog, and his name is Ben. But I named him Ben.
What kind of dog?
He is a Pomeranian Schnauzer Poodle mixture.
Oh, he's a little fucker.
He's a little bit of everything. Okay. Oh, I didn't even tell you the dog and the CI dog. They were dachshunds, which was even cooler. Doxies.
Seeing eye wieners.
Yep. Now Ben's name is Ben all the time, except for sometimes I call him Benjamin Butthole. Because
dogs can be buttholes.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Butthole. Remember that guy? Or sometimes he's Ben Asslick, because he licks his ass. Now you learned. But I wouldn't change his name.
You're a deep thinker.
Thinking a lot. Thinking too much sometimes. You should see how much bullshit my wife has to deal with that doesn't make it on camera.
I can't even imagine.
It's
You look
entertaining.
pretty stable for all you have to put up with, actually. Like, you don't have a twitch or anything.
Nah, because if she twitches, we get her twice. You know what I mean? There's just 2 for flinching is what we used to say. Remember that? Remember when you were a kid? 2 for flinching. This is why we were so much better in like the 80s, 90s. Like, you'd get hit because you thought you were going to get hit.
I remember
Someone come at you.
Yeah.
2 for flinching. Like, yeah, why you... If I didn't flinch, I wouldn't have got hit at all. No, you still would have hit me.
So what's the biggest tattoo you've ever done on the show?
No. They've all been like relatively small.
Yeah.
They've all been like little half-hour kind of, pieces that wound up taking me like 45 minutes to an hour instead, right? That's what it winds up being. I feel like you gotta do smaller stuff. Because if you're doing like a back piece, that would be crazy. It was funny, we were talking before, I don't know if it got on camera or not, but I think it's really hilarious how we both sleep in the same weird-ass way. Whereas, like, we both have sleep apnea masks.
Mm-hmm.
And
The blackout mask.
And we both wear a blackout, like, sleep mask. And we both have some kind of apparatus over our head to make sure that the mask doesn't rub on our face.
It doesn't mess up I do it because it messes up my hair.
Do you have like, I've never seen you without your hat on, though.
Yeah, I actually have pretty good hair. That's all I got left.
That's all you got left?
Yeah.
You're all out of everything else in life.
Pretty
It's
much.
falling apart.
Pretty much. Everything else is
The rest of
breaking
my
down.
life.
It's a shambles, but
Fucking-
my hair is still good.
I have good hair too. We're doing all right, you know. I don't know about the rest of me though.
No, everything else is a mess.
Yeah.
I put my head through a glass door the other day.
Sometimes you got to do that though.
No, I was actually walking into a business meeting, and I wasn't paying attention, and I tripped and fell forward, and my head went through the door, like glass everywhere.
What they
And
say?
there was like 20 people watching, which was awesome. And I was there to have a meeting with the owner of the company. So after I got up and everybody was like, "Are you okay?" I'm here to see Peter. And they're like, "Oh." So then I had to go sit at Peter's desk and wait for him. And Peter's brother walked in and went, "What happened to the door?" And then Peter walked in and went, "What happened to the door?" And I'm like, "Oh, I redesigned it for you, Pete. I'm sorry."
That's insane.
Yeah.
Just excited to be here.
Yeah.
Were you going to meet? Was it Peter Callahan from Callahan Parts? Like,
No, it was a truck dealer. It was
You
a guy
Tommy
from a
boy?
truck dealer, and I was going. It was not far off from that. I was going to try to sell a truck to the town of Brookhaven, and we were having a meeting at a truck dealer. And I walked in, and not real light on my feet. Let's just say that.
And did they buy?
I don't know. I won't find out till
You
next
just gotta
month.
hard sell them, you know.
Yeah,
That's what.
I'll break all your fucking doors
Yeah.
if you don't buy this
they're
car.
like, listen, here, throw my name in that. Be like, Rob White, remember that guy?
I'm gonna start throwing
Listen,
your name
let
around.
me tell you,
You ever been to Selden?
you've been there. Rob White, he was mayor of Selden for a brief period of time. I actually, before I ran for fire commissioner, I had bumper stickers made that said Rob White for mayor of Selden, and they were all over town. And it was like a running joke because people would be like, there is no mayor in Selden.
Yeah, I've never seen a tattoo artist get winded before.
I've seen tattoo artists actually so fat that they've actually been winded.
I believe it.
I've seen tattoo artists so fat that they've eaten during their tattoos. I saw a guy and his girl was giving him food. He was like, oh, like eating the
Really?
food. Yeah.
You need energy.
Yeah. I was like, it was chicken too. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be like, not that anybody watches this from the tattoo community at all. I want so badly for somebody to just write some fucked up shit in the comments so I can fight them. You know what I mean? And I think I ask for that every week. No one does.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you letting me tattoo you. I had a blast. Guys, so ends another episode of Who the F is Rob White? My guest, Mr. Tom DeCillis. Tom, say goodnight and any of your social medias that you'd like to promote.
Thanks for having me, Rob. I appreciate it. And check me out, Tom D Comedy on Instagram or Thomas DeCillis on Facebook. Appreciate you guys.
Excellent, excellent. All right, guys, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment so we can talk about stuff, and go to rotgut.shop so you can check out all our gear. And we will see you on the next episode of Who the F is Rob White?
Who the F is Rob White?